My name is Marco Antonio, and thank you for joining me on Marco Antonio Strategizes. I'm a first-hand restaurant owner and operator and marketing strategist. And today, what I want to talk to you guys about is McDonald's. I've been seeing a couple things pop up in my feed on McDonald's closing in California, and do I buy it 100%? I don't think so. But there's obviously things that are going on in the California economy with the rise in minimum wage for places with more than, I believe it's 60 locations that have to meet 60 locations nationwide. If you have to meet the $20 minimum wage, and how it's affected local economies, how it's affected other industries that don't have to meet that minimum wage, and how it's competitive for even small and mom and pop shops on why do people want to come work for a small business that has to pay 16 an hour versus you can just go to Taco Bell and they'll start you out at 20. But even they're struggling. So I want to dive into that a little bit more with you guys and seeing what I've been seeing and get your guys' feedback on it. So what we have here, McDonald's on the verge of closing in California through MSN.com. And so after doing this, it's been popping up in my feed quite a bit. McDonald's on the verge of closing in California. Well, after I click on it, this link has gone away, unfortunately. So it leads me to think, was it legitimate? Was it not? Did McDonald's send them a cease and desist letter? Who knows? I don't know. If I get a cease and desist letter for this video, then you'll know. But onto that. I really am curious about what's going on here and why are these rumors starting to spread about McDonald's. I'm always a firm believer that, you know, rumors start with the kernel of the truth. And, it's like that whole little game when we all used to play with as kids, and you say something in someone's ear and what it evolves to when it gets down to the 20th person's ear. So let's check it out and let's dive a little more into it. I found somebody talking about this online. So really quick before I jump into this all the way, if you like the content that I've been making and you're a restaurant owner and or operator, I do have a link for my school community group in the description below. I do live calls and start working with all restaurant owners and operators and get feedback into a community. I also am a marketing strategist. I do like working on other businesses and helping other businesses grow. I've grown my business from $100,000 a year to over $1 million in sales a year. But let's dive right into this. And as you can see, I found a video on McDonald's is suddenly closing after California's $20 minimum wage. And let's see the feedback on this. Let's see what this guy's got.
Fast food is supposed to be fast and cheap. And guys, I'm all down for people to make more money, but also keep in mind the businesses that power these jobs. When they're no longer profitable or if profit margins are so low that it's not worth opening, they shut down and thousands of jobs will be laid off. And that's exactly what we're seeing with some of the biggest fast food chains in America, especially with McDonald's and the Mickey D sweet tea and the fries and the McNuggets. Everything is now hyper expensive. So expensive, in fact, in California. If you're eating fast food, you're actually rich. It's a luxury item now. You might as well just cook at home. Right now, $10 McMuffins, $20 Big Macs. This is the new McDonald's.
So, in regards to the $10 Egg McMuffin and the $20 Big Macs, I've gone out to eat recently at McDonald's. And yeah, it's true. Like, it's freaking crazy. As you've seen one of my last videos, there was on my last video, they were charging $18.99 for a Big Mac meal here in California. I pulled it up on the DoorDash website, and that was $18.99. That wasn't even including delivery. So $10 Egg McMuffins, come on, McDonald's. $10 for an Egg McMuffin, that's going to take you 1 minute to make. And after it takes you 1 minute to make the English muffins, which you're buying in bulk, or you're probably producing your guys' selves in-house, not at the facility, but a large distribution center, the little bit of sausage that you put on there, it's less than a quarter ounce. I doubt it's 4 ounces, and one egg. Come on, let's break it down. You guys are getting, if the average restaurant owner and operator buys eggs at 5 dozen eggs. No, sorry, 15 dozen eggs. 15 times 12 is 180. So 180 eggs for around $40. So 40 divided by 180, that's 22 cents an egg, roughly. So come on, you really need to sell that for $10? You guys are nuts. So McDonald's, at what point is, all restaurant owners and operators need to take a page out of the book of McDonald's. They are doing so and operating so up until it no longer benefits their interest. I need to hit this home with all restaurant owners and operators and let them know, hey, if your profit margins are not sufficient for what you're doing, stop. It's better to stop immediately than dig yourself into a hole. Obviously, McDonald's is looking out for their own interest. Take a page out of their book and look out for your own interest as well. You can't sacrifice yourself and continue to be there for your community and the people that you serve, and actually the people that you're doing it for, your families, your employees, to continue to stay in business if you're not being profitable. Is McDonald's taking it a little too far and extreme with their profit margins? I believe so. But let's continue on.
McDonald's franchises are struggling because of the $20 minimum wage. Says the focus for restaurants is now survival. Many of the franchisees that own McDonald's say that
I doubt that they're in survival mode. They're doing very well. I think it's nuts and I don't agree with it. I think it's just literally they're throwing a pity party that their margins are not what they used to be. People in higher ups, you know, very wealthy people who own McDonald's franchises to sustain and just to make a living. Yes, but for a lot of these people, it's a passive income. The thresholds to open up a McDonald's, you have to have, I think, like 5 million, 3 million in the bank. I'll do my next video on it, on what it costs to open up a franchise with McDonald's and the minimum requirements that they have. They're not in survival mode. Dude, you guys are selling freaking, you know, egg McMuffins. Egg McMuffins. Not a sausage egg McMuffin, an egg McMuffin. You guys are selling egg McMuffins that cost less than 30 cents for you to produce for $10. You guys are killing it. You guys are killing people. And you know what? In McDonald's, if you can't train your staff to be adequately efficient, and it's going to take you so much labor to put out a McMuffin, then you shouldn't be in business at all. So let's continue on.
profits went from pretty good to virtually none. Because in McDonald's, about 30 to almost 50% in some cases, the expenses are not food, it's mainly just wages. And when you increase that by almost 30% in a span of less than 12 months, things will start collapsing. Also says that he just can't raise prices fast enough to actually make a profit. Here's what it looks like now in California. You already have a fast food restaurant in California with robot chefs and AI kiosks. Machines and AI don't get paid $20 an hour. This is what it looks like, guys. It is a fully AI kiosk. You can order whatever. And
So, in regards to kiosks for restaurant owners and operators, I think kiosks are a great idea. And, hey, it's like the self checkout thing at Walmart. Is it taking away jobs from people? That's debatable. Um, but in order to continue to operate and remain sustainable, you have to be conscious and aware of what you can produce and what you can do. Is it unfortunate that there's a shift in the economy and the way that business traditionally have operated? We have to evolve with the times. And if we're going to continue to stay in business, we have to adapt to what's going to help us stay in business. May it reduce the size of your workforce. And when reducing the size of your workforce, it's going to bring a better quality effort from your staff personnel, the type of employee that you have. So be it. We're going to be small but mighty instead of a lot of us and mediocre. So back to the kiosk part though, I've migrated a lot of my sales to online by, you don't want to have a staff member that's on the phone for 3 to 5 minutes during peak hours accepting a phone order. And 10 calls, that's 30 to 50 minutes that we're going to lose that staff member on that call. So let me look more into it. Could be saving money by doing the whole kiosk thing and having people come in and self order online. A kiosk is just another version of that. And I understand that people want to come in and get the in-person experience. We have to adjust with the times. I don't like to give into social pressure. I'm a very analytical person. And at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for ourselves as owners and operators. It's not okay to continue. It would be irresponsible to hire on people and bring them into your crew, and you know it's not sustainable, giving them the false illusion. At the end of the day, you can't make more money magically appear into your account. And as much as I'd like to help out everybody, it's just not possible. So that's the way we have to operate, and we're not to go move into more kiosk, and as you're about to see, some automated technology.
And here is the kitchen. All the data gets into this computer. You have a deep frying robot right here. It could be from Misa Robotics. You also have an AI fridge, which I'm sure the robot arms will probably open the fridge and get the goods out. Everything has like a QR code, and you do see the robot doing a pretty good job. And this is actually a restaurant in California where you can actually go and taste the food.
So, in regards to the AI robotics that are now working in kitchens, people do see it as a kind of like an entertainment kind of thing, like ooh like look at this cool AI stuff, like preparing our food. It's really entertaining. I was recently at the San Francisco International Airport, and they had a kiosk in the building where a robotic arm put on a show and display, and it was making exotic coffee beverages like Starbucks like beverages. So that was pretty interesting and cool to see. It's 2024. AI is heavily evolving every single day. So as it's evolving, the technology that's going to become available to us right now, this technology may be very significantly costly to implement. Savvy restaurant owners and operators who have great credit lines, who want to improve their finances. Also, if you have any questions about finances, how to build up your credit, get at me. I have a lot of great contacts that have helped me in my journey as a restaurant business owner and operator attain a lot of 0% financing and grow your credit lines. You know, we have a lot of revenue that we're generating as restaurant owners and business operators. We don't realize the amount of capital that we have access to. Just, quick one, throwing that one out there. But as these items are hitting the market and becoming available more and more conveniently to us, yeah, the starting prices are going to be very expensive. Savvy restaurant owners and operators will foot the bill for this and write it off as a tax deduction. Because at the end of the day, when we're looking at it, are we going to pay an employee who can potentially call out sick and we don't know if they're reliable? Or am I going to structure the setup of this menu flow with the assistance of this AI robotic arm and reduce the wages of, let's say we're doing at $20 an hour times 40 hours a week times 2 weeks off a year, 50 weeks. We're looking at $40,000 a year. Do I want to pay a one-time fee of $25,000 for this AI robotic arm? And it's going to be, needing a couple $1,000s of ongoing setup. It'll pay for itself in its first year, and I'll drastically reduce wages by 90% for one employee. That's the way that we're going to go. And as time comes forward, and how at the exponential rate that business has been growing, that's what we're looking at to be able to much more easily be able to afford items like this. So brace yourselves. I really do believe it's coming. Me personally, I am looking to see how I can implement this in many different ways. I may not apply it to a Mexican restaurant setting, but there's other entities that I am looking very heavily to bringing this forward, this kind of technology that will really help us out. So let's go ahead and keep on watching.
This isn't like some random concept restaurant in CS. This is an actual restaurant that could go in California, pay real money, and get a real burger and fry. Now, the reviews are mixed. It's really just mediocre food, but the concept is there, right? You got almost millions of dollars worth of machinery here for some burger flipping fries and some cheap drinks. But it's a showcase to other people that, hey, eventually we're going to get to this level. In fact, many other restaurants are now going for kiosks. This is the first wave. Look at the McDonald's now in California, 8 to 10 different kiosks, and they actually
Again, kiosk, they will It's like the airport nowadays. Like, you see it coming. When you go to the airport to check in, they have all these kiosks for you to check in, and they have less personnel. People are going to try to protect their profits. Companies are going to try to protect their profits at all costs. And it happened in the airline industry. That freaking let's back up a little bit in this video. You can't tell me that this scene
different
does
kiosks,
not look
and they
like
actually
you're inside of an airport. That's just ridiculous. Like,
try to
but
promote
that's
mobile ordering. Now, the really wild
that's exactly what it's starting to look like. So get used to it. It is coming. It rolls downhill. It popularizes. Um, you know, be ready.
part is McDonald's recently is pushing the mobile ordering app bigger than ever before. They're really pushing mobile apps, even having exclusive deals only on mobile.
Okay, how they just said McDonald's is pushing their mobile app. Exclusive deals only available on their mobile app. They're achieving several things. One, keeping the audience to submit their orders themselves, build their orders, relieve themselves of the liability of accidentally taking an order wrong. You are now liable 100% because this is how you submitted your order. This is how you requested it. And if you mess up on submitting, you have to pay for another one. That's a great one right there. The mobile app. Then you have the ability when you make them download your mobile app, push notifications. You now have access to that staff through that client base through push notifications. Locally, I just seen recently my local Stars Hamburgers, Carl's Jr. Um, they did what was a free hamburger for the whole day for every single person that showed them that downloaded the app. I thought it was genius. I have some insider information. I know that my local Carl's Jr. probably gave away a little over 1,000 hamburgers that day. I thought it was a genius move. Now you instantly had 1,000 people download your app, and that's 1,000 more people that you have client base. You can do birthdays, push notifications, wheel them in. Now you just absorbed and acquired a new customer for our client base at a very low cost. That's a really great strategy, and they're moving you to online ordering that frees up their labor force. So it's a really strong move, and anybody who's watching this needs to take note. I would also like to throw out there, I do heavily promote the use of Toast point of sale system as a point of sale system for restaurants. I am really good firsthand knowing the ins and outs of this system. I personally do a lot of beta testing for Toast. And if you sign up through me and get a hold of me through my school group, or leave a comment below on how I can get a hold of you, I'm more than happy to give you my promotional discounts. I get a lot of restaurant owners and operators up to 50% off with no money down, with installments paid over 1 year if you want to sign up with Toast. So I appreciate it. I do get a commission from that, and it helps support me, helps support the channel, and it helps us keep on growing. And if you do like these videos and the content I've been putting out, I would really appreciate if you subscribe or like this video and drop a comment below. It really helps us and it helps YouTube let people know that you like this content. Let's continue on.
This basically makes cashiers obsolete. You do see the front menu completely darkened out. There is no cashiers in existence. If you need help, the kiosk and manager come over and help you out. This is the new McDonald's, and simply it's
Looks like
pretty
an airport.
frightening. Let me tell you guys, many fast food restaurants do not want to have robot chefs and AI kiosks. It's frankly very, very, very expensive. You're going to be investing hundreds of thousands of dollars, which, if you ask any franchisee, nobody wants to shell out that kind of money.
Nobody does want to shell out that kind of money, but once it becomes more mainstream and affordable, it's gonna happen.
In fact, most people do not want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on robots. It's just not sustainable. It's expensive. They got to take out a new loan for that on top of the franchise loan. Many of them are just cool with maybe a minimum wage you increase a little bit every single year. That way, they increase food prices every single year just by a little bit, and consumers don't really feel it. But right now, McDonald's is laying off thousands of employees, right? And even at Wendy's, the drive-thru employee is now out of the job. AI is taking over with Wendy's.
That's crazy. The drive-through is now AI. I have not seen that, but that is it sounds like I'm anti-restaurant, but I'm progress in production and ultimately protecting my colleagues' bottom lines. You know, and as we grow with business, we can help serve our communities. I do plenty of sponsoring, but this is so freaking nuts. AI drive-through ordering system that is honestly progressively genius. I wasn't waiting even to see that. I haven't even watched this video that far yet before I started presenting it. That's freaking nuts. Or McNuggets, whatever you want to call it. Let's see this.
These new fresh AI. Basically, go to the drive-thru, it's AI system. Now, I've been seeing this in my city, which has a population less than 500,000 people. Like,
also, I did not produce this video. Where the one that I'm watching right now is a shout out to Market Games. You know, appreciate this content on this one. You're a real one. Thank you for covering this one. Let's get back in there.
Zoli's and Rowdies are actually using AI for their drive-thrus. And frankly, it's actually really good. Like, I'm not complaining about the AI system. It's actually pretty decent. It's very accurate.
If anybody out there who's watching this video, please drop a comment down below. Let me know if there is AI ordering systems in your city when you hit the drive-thru. Please tell me. I would love to know. Drop down the name of the restaurant, the city that it was in. I would greatly appreciate it.
And Fresh AI also has 2 languages available for you to pick.
Hold on.
Has open and passive. And guys, you also have.
He just said that this AI has 2 languages to pick from to communicate with. You just got, if you had a personnel who was only speaking English, now they speak English and Spanish and can communicate via AI. That's a game changer. You just widened up your audience and reduced costs. That's freaking nuts. AI is coming, so let's keep on watching.
Have a AI powered burger flipper. You know, this is what we're seeing here. So Robotics is cranking out a ton of these different items and these massive, machinery just to get things rolling again. And we're going to be seeing a lot of robots, a lot of AI, a lot of deep fryers, all robotic based. Not to mention, you also have big stuff like humanoid robots from like Tesla and also Boston Dynamics that could be assisting this type of work. Right now, AI is getting smarter than ever before, guys. AI can actually look at a burger and know it's a burger. That's how good it is. And this is really causing many big franchises like McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's to really.
AI can look at a burger and know it's a burger. We have Tesla out there with their super advanced autopilot. There's other vehicles out there in the electric vehicle market that I've been in San Francisco. I've seen LiDAR, the ones with the spinning lights, and they detect things all around them. I've seen driverless taxis. So why is it out of the realm of speculation that this is not coming to a city near you with much more advanced robotics than it's just crazy. You literally have driving taxis out there with no drivers that already decreased the cost, fully electric. It's like a gimmick, and people are like, oh wow, this is crazy, it's exotic, people want to try it. But if they can take a 3,000 to 5,000 pound vehicle moving at 30 miles an hour, they can definitely find a robot that can flip some fries and in a basket. I'm just telling you. So get used to it. It's coming.
Consider, hold on a second. If robotics and AI is getting this powerful, we could just simply fire everyone. And that is frightening. California's unemployment rate is already through the roof. Tens of thousands of people have lost their jobs. Let's see what's next.
Really quick again, shout out Market Gains. You're a real one. Doing this video and letting me comment on it. Well, not letting me. I mean, I just jumped in and did it. Again, I'm not claiming any ownership of that content and that video. I just truly admire the work. And for all of those who stuck around and watched this video with me, I greatly appreciate it. My name is Marco Antonio, and this is Marco Antonio Strategizes. And please, again, I would appreciate your support of this channel And I will leave the school link in the description down below. Let me know if you want to join, let me know if you like this video, like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.